Hello everybody, I've got one more from Matt and Megan from Seattle. They sent me one that is really interesting, probably the most exciting thing that they've sent me, and they said that I need to try it last. So I've been eagerly awaiting this moment as I've been going through all of their fantastic berries that they have sent me. This one right here is the Tasmanian mountainberry, otherwise known as the Tasmanian pepperberry, or mountain pepper, or Cornish pepper leaf. What's interesting about this is it was used as a colonial pepper substitute. And not just the fruit, but the leaves as well are supposed to have a peppery taste to them. This has gotten a little bit of popularity recently where this has been used in like the culinary world. It's used as a condiment. In Japan, it is sometimes mixed in with wasabi to add a little bit more heat. So it's being used these days as an interesting spice. And I love trying new spices, especially if it's the fresh stuff. So I'm excited about this one. Usually if this is used as a pepper substitute, you dry it out first. But I'm going to try it fresh and see if it works the same. One thing about this berry is I think it would be a good addition for my most perverted plants list because they look like little butts. When I look at this, it just makes me laugh. But yeah, it's probably just me. I'm gonna first try some of these berries and then we'll try the leaves too and see if it tastes like pepper. Now, before I take a bite of this was sent to me by Matt and Megan from Seattle. They have a nursery out there where they sell plants, if you grow plants. So if you're interested in growing this, check out the link in the description below. And yeah, here we go. That's pepper. Oh. That's hot too. Oh. Holy. That's very hot, but in a weird way. It's hard to really judge this one because unlike black pepper and chili peppers, and it dissipates pretty quickly. So like I put it in my mouth and it was just kind of like climb the scale up past where black pepper would be and past where like a jalapeno would be. It's hard to translate this, but if I'm gonna try, let's say it's like a 3 or 4 out of 10 on my pepper scale. But it's different. It's much more different than a chili pepper. It's not that, it doesn't hit that kind of receptor in your mouth. It hits your taste buds and like your salivary glands. It doesn't really give you like that full burn that a chili pepper does. Maybe a little bit more like black pepper, but more so like Szechuan pepper. And even then, not really like Szechuan pepper. Szechuan pepper was like a chemical heat that made your tongue like vibrate and like makes you like drool. This one is like, the heat is similar, is like somewhere between black pepper and Szechuan pepper. It feels slightly like a chemical heat, but slightly like pepper heat that you would get from like regular black pepper. I'm gonna try another one. And I'm like hesitant because it's strong. Basil. It's got a very strong like Thai basil flavor to it. It's almost like salty. It's not as clean as black pepper. Like black pepper is a very simple taste. Like this is complicated. That is taking me down this road of herbs where I'm mostly getting basil, but there's some other stuff there. I'm feeling heat in weird places. Like I feel it kind of like in my eye and on my tongue and in my like spit glands. It's not the same as black pepper. It's not the same as chili pepper. It's not the same as Szechuan pepper. This is its own thing. This is a different type of heat. This is like the heat that you would get from mustard, or maybe like a little bit like horseradish or wasabi, but more burny. You know, it's not like getting like my nasal passages the way that horseradish would. It's getting like a similar response, but from a different part of my body, from like the back of your throat. It's got maybe like a little bit of a berry flavor to it, or like a little bit like a sweetness to it, but low, probably like a 1 or a 2, but it's there. There's no tartness to it. It's maybe like a touch of bitterness to it, but not a lot. Maybe like a hint of like a nightshade kind of flavor. And nightshade is like faintly like a tomato, faintly like licorice, like something kind of like that, but not fully like that. It's kind of like that. So it's so yeah, basil, a little bit of tomato, a little bit of licorice, a little bit of a pepper taste, but not like any pepper that you've had. A pepper that resonates in different parts of your mouth that have yet to witness this. It hits that. This is a useful spice. This is a spice to pick up and use if you want to add heat to a dish that is unlike your typical heat. Use this spice in soup or in a condiment. Put it in your hot sauce, I guess. If you want to make a really brutal hot sauce that is going to attack like your soul, put like hot peppers and black peppers and horseradish and Szechuan peppers. Throw these in there too. Just like completely devastate somebody's mind with heat. Let's try the leaf. Already similar tasting, but lemony. This has a little bit of tartness to it. Grassy, as you'd imagine. And that is a heat that builds. Oh, here it comes. Amp up that basil taste. And add a little bit of tartness. And remove some of that nightshade flavor. The closest I can relate it to would be like a very, very spicy mustard leaf. So this is interesting. This is valuable though. I think out of everything that I was sent by Matt and Megan, this is probably the one I can see the most commercial use for, because this is a spice that is useful and tasty, but in a whole different flavor profile than other spices. Like, it would go alongside really well with Szechuan pepper and black pepper and chili pepper and, you know, what have you, and mustard. These are flavors that are useful flavors, but they're all kind of mixed together and with its own unique thing as well that is very confusing to me, because I've had a lot of fruit, guys. I've had a lot of plants. I've had a lot of different flavors, and this is definitely triggering something new in me. So this is an exciting one. This one I can see, if this spice was available like dried at the shop, I would buy it, because it would be like a really fun thing to play with. So yeah, this is a cool one, and they look like little butts. I mean, you can't go wrong, guys. Hey, so it's the next day, and something really, really weird happened, and I think it's because of this berry. I might be wrong, but yeah, after shooting the video last night, I made some food, okay? I made like some beans and tomato and onion, and I put a little bit of seasoning in it, like some, not a whole lot of salt though, just like a little bit. I normally don't like over salt things. And I'm eating it, and I'm like, this is like really, really salty. Like really salty. And I'm thinking like, maybe I just put too much salt in and didn't really like realize it, because I just kind of like put like a pinch in there. It's like maybe it was like a bigger pinch than I thought. I don't know. So I like added water to it, and I'm turned my bean dish into like a soup. And I'm like added some bunch of water to it. And I tried something like that, and it's like still like so salty, like so ridiculously salty. And I was like, what? I don't know, like I messed it up, or I thought maybe it was like the beans I bought or something. It was like a different brand, so I'm like, okay, maybe it's something in there. It's no sodium on the can, but I'm like, all right, maybe there's something weird going on. Didn't click that there was something wrong. Then the next day, I make a cup of coffee, and I'm drinking the coffee. The coffee tastes salty. And I think it's the berry. I'm not entirely sure. It might have been, I mean, I had a whole bunch of berries. I shot all the berries that Matt gave me back to back. So it could have been any of the things he gave me, but the pepper berry was the weirdest one, and the one that kind of like felt, that kind of like left an impression on my tongue afterwards. I think it was that. I think it affected my taste buds to make things taste salty. Kind of like a miracle berry, where miracle berries make things taste sweet. This made things taste salty. So some time has passed, and now it's not happening anymore. But it was like a good solid 12 hours that it continued to stay affecting my taste buds. And I am weirded out beyond all belief about that. I think that I could see a negative to that. You might not want things to taste salty. You might not want to drink coffee and think that you put a spoonful of salt in it instead of a spoonful of sugar. But for some people who can't have salt, like you have like blood problems or heart problems, or you're trying to reduce your sodium or something, I don't think there's a whole lot of sodium in this berry. Definitely not the amount that I ate. I didn't eat that much of it. Maybe I ate like a few berries, I guess, and a couple leaves. It wasn't that much. And to have that kind of lasting effect is kind of incredible. So that might be something to look into. If you were to use this like a smaller amount than I did, I think, because you don't want things to be that salty. But if you were to put like a little bit of this like in food, or maybe like put a berry in your mouth or a leaf in your mouth or whatever it was that did it, and like swish it around a little bit, maybe that would end up changing things. I gave some of this to my girlfriend, and she did it, and I don't think it affected her. Like, we had coffee in the morning, and she wasn't complaining about the salt. So I think it might just be me. It might not be everybody that this does, but it's something that was very odd to me, and it could be some new interesting thing. Maybe this will be like the miracle berry in the future or something, but instead of sugar, it gives you salt. It's odd. One more thing, you may notice that my hair is different. Some time has passed, guys. Some time has passed. Since I filmed that last part, I realized that these actually are sold online at some spice shops. So I bought a little packet of it. I'm gonna try this. So they're very expensive because this is like a very specialty sort of item. I think this is, yeah, this is from Australia. So, and it apparently has really bad packaging. Alright. Expensive and with poor packaging. However, it does exist, and so if you do not grow plants and you want to try this, I will put a link to this in the description below. It's been a while since I tried it fresh, and this is like a little punch in the face of basil and pepper. So weird, so weird. Okay, so I'm gonna try one of these dry berries. There's no leaves in here, just the berries. The fresh is better. Holy God. I forgot how spicy these are. I say the fresh is better because these are a little bitter. And the fresh, I didn't really pick up on that so much. That is intense. All the flavors are there. The basil, the Szechuan, the saltiness, that little bit of licoricey tomato taste. It's all in here. It's just not quite as fresh tasting as you'd imagine. It's got like a slight staleness to it. And it's a little bit more bitter in here. But still does it. Still does it about the same. So if you're interested in trying this and you do not grow plants, I'll put a link to this in the description below. If you do grow plants, then check out wanderlustnursery.com. There's a link to that below as well. And once again, I want to thank Matt and Megan for sending me so many very, very interesting berries and different fruits. Thank you so much. There will actually be more from Matt and Megan coming on in the future. I didn't show everything that they sent me because next episode is episode 400, guys, and I have something very, very special for you. See you then. Bye-bye. Well, I really hope you enjoyed that video, guys. If you did, you may want to check out the video that is below me right now. That should be good too. Also, if you haven't subscribed already, it is a huge help to my channel, so please do consider subscribing or clicking that bell. That does something too. Not sure what it is. Also, check out the description below. There's all sorts of other things I have going on. I don't even know anymore. But guys, I will see you next time. Take care.